Hey, what's up, Brad? This is a demo video for you for the 2.0 Starkiller that you got from me. I appreciate your patience. I had posted early last week that I had about 4 Graflex 2.0 kits that I was modifying to different things, and one of them was going to be a Starkiller, and you wanted to call dibs on that. So, we made some arrangements for this to be yours. It took me a few days to finish it, though. I was waiting for the stock piece on the top there to show up in the mail. It was supposed to be here yesterday. I had actually ordered 3, but they came today. So that was the last piece I had to put in here to finish up this build, right? So thank you for your patience. It's all done now. You wanted a CFX. I was originally going to put a Profi in here, but you caught me at a time where I hadn't even made a chassis for this yet. So because you wanted CFX, I was able to do that. It just does have a real quartz crystal in it. The bottom piece that's holding the crystal is something that I machined from brass, and then I weathered it, and then of course you got the stock piece up top. I did machine these rods, put them in there. I took this 2.0 kit and I turned down these last 2 ribs on the lathe to give it a wasp waist appearance. So I hope you like that. It's a 2-button setup. This control box is from Great Lake Saber Company on Etsy. He makes some outstanding control boxes. Your front switch over here will be your power. The back switch underneath the card will be your auxiliary. This greebly right here with the button or with the red button, that's going to be your blade retention. You've got a Carl Chen PCB in there. And then how you get to the chassis is just want to unscrew the handle. Something that we didn't talk about that I just went ahead and threw in here anyway for you is I included an OLED screen in the chassis. All right. So you got an OLED screen right here. I'll show you that all fired up here in a second. Of course, it does say Solo Sabers over here for me. You have a fully enclosed 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. Your CFX board right here. You asked for SD card side up, which most people do when they have me do CFX, so I was happy to do that. And then you wanted the USB to be accessible as well. So it's right there. This is a tight snap fit down into the chassis. So if you ever had to pop this board up, you can. Although you probably should never have to do that. All right, so easy access to everything right there. Pop it in and out with your finger, whatever you need to do. A removable battery setup as well. And then a shout out real quick to Tristan Cam over at crystalfocus.net. I am admittedly a little bit behind on the new firmware for CFX. It's just not a board that I mess with much anymore. 99% of my customer base ask for Profi, and so that's just what I do. You had asked me to get the crystal to pulse for you, so I've got this wired up to LS2. So I just reached out to Tristan so that he could help me out with that, and he is very responsive, very quick to help me, and his pricing was very reasonable. I think I paid $15 total for him to make me a config, which is super reasonable. So for anybody who has a lot of things going on their CFX, if you need something really quick and you don't have the time to comb through the manual like I don't, Tristan is an excellent option. All right. So on top of the OLED that you didn't ask for, I also put an extra 4 onboard LEDs onto the CFX for you, which is something that you didn't ask for. I just wanted you to have some blinkies there. So that's where I put them. All right. There's also motion controls on this. So let's get a battery real quick. You have twist on and twist off feature. All right. This is running the latest firmware with the latest font package from CFX. So we'll put a battery in this guy. You can see your LEDs on your board going. Turn this light off. Crystal's pulsing. So that pulses back and forth when the saber is off until we turn it on. Now your crystal goes solid. Your LEDs in there are working, and then your onboard LEDs and your OLED screen right here, right? Until we hold this down for auxiliary, you'll see a different play in your animations here. And then we could twist off just like that. So I wanted to show you what everything was doing on the chassis when the handle is off. And now we can take the handle and put it on. This is a pommel that I got machined from Clint Morrison over at Solid Sabers. So this was very nice. Modified it a bit, just cut it out for the brass rods to go through it. Weathered all this up. So hopefully you like how that looks. All right, so nice and dirty like a Starkiller should be. If you don't want to hit the switch to turn it on, just twist it to the right. You get some shine through in the handle. We twist it to the right to turn off. Just like that. All right. We'll throw a blade in here. This takes a 7/8 inch diameter blade. So we'll throw a blade in here real quick. Just back up your blade retention greebly. Squeeze your bunny ears to throw your blade in. Carefully put it in there and lock it down. This saber is very loud. Big flash on flash with animation in your blade. Blade lock up. We'll go to another sound font. There's your battery meter. So this is a smaller test blade, but it's a fully charged battery. So if you want the battery meter when the saber's off, just hit auxiliary. We'll hold down the auxiliary, go to the neck, or to pick a sound font.
Sound bank selection.
Ancient prophecies.
Audio player.
Ancient. This is General Kenobi.
Youngling.
The Old Republic malign. The Old Republic crucible.
When you find one you like, just hold a button down.
So you're from a race too stupid to recognize Jedi.
You want to change color, hold down aux and twist your wrist.
Spectrum.
Now we can just twist this. The crystal will match the blade. So if we want a blue, just hit power. Now you got a blue blade. So of course your blade will pulse blue. And then it will be a solid blue when the saber's on, right? You've also got a bunch of different blade effects. So again, hold down aux and twist your wrist, but keep the button held down.
Spectrum.
Keep holding it.
Blade profile.
Now again, we can twist the saber, and we can go through different blade effects. Hopefully those are picking up on camera for you. So if we like that one, we can hit power. Just like that. So now you got that green blade with your green crystal. And it has that little tracer. There is a bunch to choose from, so you can just go around and play with the stuff until you find something that you like. Or you can add your own. Really, you know? Just like that. All right, so we'll go ahead and take the blade out of here. Again, this is your blade retention screw, so we'll just back it up a little bit. Take our blade out. Put this back in. And then, of course, CFX has a deep sleep, but if you prefer to take your battery out, which is something that I typically do, we can take this right out. Come over here from the positive side of the battery by the speaker, and you can pop it out with your finger. It is a little bit tight, so you might need a tool, but you shouldn't have too much trouble. It's designed to be tight in there. All right, but that is basically your 2.0 Starkiller. Let me know if you have any questions, and if not, I will get this out in the mail to you by tomorrow. All right, thanks.